and welcome to my porch on this weigh-in Wednesday. How did I do? I already told you on, I don't know, one of the videos, must have been Motivation Monday, that I ate out. I ate out 4 times this past week. 2 times with RJ and 2 times with David. No joke. One time was a brownie ice cream sundae. It was so good. I was not even, after the past couple disappointing weeks, I was just not feeling it. You know, we did that video. You don't feel it, just do it. Well, I just did it. I just ate out. That's what I just did. So this morning, I got on the scales and I was just like, you know what? Let the chips fall where they may. I will own it completely. Here's how it shook out. I weighed in at, I wrote on the wrong day. I'm like, oh no, I forgot. 328.7 for a loss of 3 pounds. That puts me to 48.4. Now, there is no rhyme or reason to my body. I do everything you're supposed to do and I gain 7 pounds. I eat out 4 times and I lose 3. Now somebody explain that one to me. Somebody explain that to me. To just your everyday mind, you're like, well, why am I gonna do what I'm supposed to do and gain weight when I can eat out and enjoy my life and lose weight? That's what it makes you think, which I know that's not the common way. I can't go in to eat out 4 times every week and expect to lose weight. But how did it happen this week? How did it happen? I will say, like Joan says, there's differences in celebration meals and replacement meals. They weren't celebration meals, they were replacement meals. So I didn't like eat my meals and then eat out too. They were my meals. But I ate what I wanted. I didn't really overeat. I just ate what I wanted. Just kind of ate like a normal person. So that's what happened this week. I'm telling you, I don't get it. Now, as far as exercise, last Thursday I didn't do anything. Friday I did some of my chair, then David called and then I got off the track, had to do something else. I didn't go back to my chair. Saturday I didn't do nothing. Sunday I didn't do nothing. Monday I took RJ to the store and I'm gonna tell you a story about that. And then yesterday I walked 20 minutes. Yesterday that was my hard thing. Do the hard thing. That was my hard thing. Did you see that? There's a hole in my lip. No, I ain't cutting it out. You know what happens? Let's try this again. Let me get my lip wrapped around it. So, what was I saying? Oh, doing the hard thing. I ain't walked because them trucks keep on trucking, cause my legs have been bothering me. My knees have not been working. They have been swole. There was one day, that day that I shopped so much, my left leg was double in size, and so it's just took it a while for them to get to where I even felt like walking, not in here or in here, but physically. So that's why I just didn't walk. I ain't making no excuses for it. That's just how it was. Now, when I took oh, let me tell you, David got his stitches out. In case you didn't see the tag, he got his stitches out. Looks pretty good. I asked him, did it hurt? He said no. I said, still it creeps me out. He goes, yeah, you can feel the stitches pulling through. I'm like, no, that gives me the EBGBs. I've had surgery stitches, the kind that dissolve, but I've never had stitches that you had to take out. But it looks pretty good. I've got this stuff I make that I call boo-boo cream, and I've made it on my channel. I just don't tell you like what essential oils I put into it, because I'm not a doctor and I don't want somebody making it and saying, oh, well, this stuff did this to me or this stuff did that to me. So that's why I don't tell you what I put in it. But needless to say, it will keep a scar from happening. I don't know if it's the coconut oil or the combination of essential oils that go in it, but I've made it for years and I call it my boo-boo cream. We put it on everything. He almost denuded his finger. He put it on there. You cannot look at his hands. You cannot go finger to finger and tell me which one was just about skinned alive. He cut the tip of his finger off. You cannot tell which one it was. I'm telling you, the boo-boo cream is amazing. I shouldn't tell you that if I'm not going to give you the recipe, but just look up, find you a recipe that uses coconut oil, or just use coconut oil. I'll tell you, it's a miracle worker. So anyway, he used the Neosporin with the pain relief in it, which he didn't need, but I bought it anyway while he had the stitches, and we kept the bandage up. And then now he's putting that on it, and he's gonna keep it bandaged up because he works in a like trucking, just get all black and all that old stuff that comes off the dock, the exhaust from the forklifts and the truck, and it's a dirty job. So, and grease. So we're gonna try to keep it clean and still wrap it up. Anyway, that's where he is. And poor RJ, his air conditioner broke yesterday, and it was in the 90s, and it was in the 90s in his house. And the man came. He didn't come till 7 o'clock. He said it's a quick and easy fix, but he didn't have the part on the truck, so he had to come back today. I asked him, did he want to sleep over here? He said he figured when the sun went down, it'd cool off. So I tried. From a hole in my lip to slurping. Good Lord of mercy. Now, I'm through with my book. Let me tell you my story. So, when I took RJ, let's see, did I take him to the store? I took him somewhere, and we were going to Walmart's. That's what it was. I was taking him to Walmart's, and we were going to go the back way from his house to the Walmart's, and I instinctively went up the road like I'm coming to my house. So I took a different road the back way. Of all days, they had detour because they're doing construction on that road. I never drive back there, and then the one day I want to go is on construction. Well, the road we had to turn on goes by this church, and this church has a really big piece of land out beside of it. There's a little creek that runs directly down the middle, and there are trees lined up on either side of the creek, and it's like the big trees with the leaves at the top where you can still see all through the bottom, so it's not bushy. You can see. Well, back in, I guess when Holly was in middle school, maybe 12 years ago, something. I can't do the math right off. She had a birthday party to go to that was over in that area of town. Well, I went past the church to take her. So when I was coming back, I went back past the church. And when I was turning like this road to turn this road to go up beside the property, I looked over and I seen a body. And it was just laying beside the creek, up beside the trees. And I kept looking. I slowed down and I was looking, and it wasn't moving. I was like, oh my God, there's a dead body beside the church. So I go down and I pulled in the church parking lot, and I called 911. And I'm like, you know what? I don't really know what's going on, but there is a body laying over here on this property, and somebody might want to come check it out. So I sit there and waited on the police, and he showed up, and we stood there and talked a minute. And so he walked on over there. It was enough away that I wouldn't have had to be close to it. He walked over there, and I told myself, if he pokes that body and it don't move, I'm going to have a stroke. I'm just going to stroke out right here on the the parking lot. So he went over there, and I could see him. He was nudging the dude. He was he was nudging him, and he wasn't moving. Well, he finally nudged him enough, and the dude just kind of rolled around and came to. Well, he got him up, sent him on his way the best he could, and he come back over and told me, he said, obviously he wasn't dead, he was just passed out drunk. This was in the middle of the day. Somebody was walking through the churchyard, passed out drunk right beside the creek. I cannot pass that church to this day without thinking about that dead body. I'll tell you what, had he been dead, I would have died. I would have died right there with him. I just, let me tell you what that made me think. Hold on, it's a school bus. All right, so yesterday morning, now Flair has a cave and she likes to go up under it. Sometimes they will brumate, and it can be for 2 months. She hasn't brumated in years. I don't know if it's part of her age. I don't really know why, but just when they feeling, I guess, just some sort of way, they go up in their little caves, their little hidey spots, and so she's got a cave. Well, she had been in it for 2 days, and I'm like, she's old. She's of the age that it could be any time. So what I'll do when she's been up in there, I'll just reach up in there and, like, usually the way she goes and curls around, you can still reach her tail. Sometimes you have to reach up in there. Well, I reached up and grabbed her tail, and normally she'll switch it back, like, get off me. So I reached up in there and I grabbed her tail, and she didn't move. I took a breath and I pulled just a little bit, and she didn't move. I fell apart. I was just almost having a stroke. I was that tore up. I was just crying my eyes out, like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I can't do this. And so I went up in there and I tried to pull, and she was just dead weight. She was just heavy and she wasn't moving. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it. And when I got her pulled out enough to where I could see her back legs, then she wiggled her back legs. I'm like, girl, you don't be doing this to me. Don't you be doing this to me. So I'm like, scooched her back on up in there. I'm like, just keep handling your business. Well, I irritated her then because she come on out, sit over there giving me that stink eye, like, could you have left me alone, Ma? But yeah, I was, that was a bad morning. Oh, well, she's not up yet. Who told me they hadn't seen her in a while? And I said I'd try to get her on here. I'm out here early this morning, so she ain't up yet. I'll have to bring her out here Monday when it's after she's got up and it's a little warm. This still gonna be in the 90s. It's close to 70 right now, but kind of a cool 70. It's not humid yet. It's supposed to rain, I think. So I'll get her out here, or I'll have her inside one day, maybe, when we do it. But yeah, that's what she did to me yesterday. So, well, that's all I know. Tomorrow will be meal plan and grocery haul, so I got to go in here and do that stinking meal plan. It is just like, I loathe meal planning. That's one of those things where I am not feeling it, but I just have to do it. I have to. But we're doing it tomorrow because I got a doctor's appointment downtown Charlotte on Friday. Me. Downtown Charlotte on Friday. That's just going to cut up my whole morning. Time to get groceries and get them in and get them filmed and get down there by the time my appointment and everything. So I'm just going to do that, all that tomorrow. So I got to have my meal plan done a day early. Now that's what I was telling you. I hate meal planning. I hate trying to, and I think I've always hated it. I've done it for, well before I ever started any kind of diet plan, because if I didn't plan what we were going to eat, we didn't eat, because I wouldn't buy what we needed at the store. I would just have a mismatch of, food and nothing go together. And if we wanted to make something, we wouldn't have what we needed. So that's when I started meal planning to make sure we had all the ingredients we need to eat what we want to eat. But then, oh my gosh, over the years, it just got to be pulling teeth. So I got to go in there and work on it. I want to try to find something new. What I do, I pull out my book I keep my freezer and pantry inventory in, and then I can see what I have to work with. Because I'm still working on all that big meat that we bought. We still have plenty of that. That was nice, buying all that at one time. We spent a lot of money out at one time, but not having to buy it and just having it readily, available has been nice. So I don't know. We'll go in there and make a bean and a tater. That's all I know. Listen, if you're watching this, you might have done seen my chicken fried steak. Ooh, it was good. And I know there's going to be people that ain't going to like it because it's fried. And they think, oh, you're on a diet, you can't eat fried food. Well, if you're eating within points or even within calories, if it fits, it fits. That's all I can say. And it fit in my points yesterday. Even though I ate out 4 times, I watched my points yesterday. I got back on track. I'm not off track. I didn't go out to eat because I fell off the wagon. I was just bummed and I didn't care. But it wasn't to the point I did want to quit, because y'all know we talked about that Monday. I did want to quit. I wanted to quit everything. I wanted to quit it all. Which I know I can't. I know I can't go back, and that's what would happen if I do. But like we said, ain't nothing wrong with feeling that way, just don't act on it. So I'm back to doing the points. So that really is all I know this time. Let me think. Pretty sure. Okay. I'll see you in my next video.